about PNB Rock, rest in peace.
But
They say, hold on, I'm gonna bring something to you. They say LA rappers do not wear jewelry. Ice Cube, Ice T, Kendrick, Game, list goes on. They're not big on jewelry. LA guys don't wear jewelry because they know it's dangerous. Should other artists take or follow suit?
well, artists will always, they should always take heed in that wherever they go. You can be in China, you can be in Brazil, you can be in Korea. It doesn't matter about who you are, it's where you are. Because it's not about where you are per se, because it just depends on, okay, who sees you that day and says, I want that jewelry, I want that chain, I want that earring, I want that watch.
Oh, that's real.
There's artists out there that they're just thinking, okay, well, this is my appearance, but they're not thinking, well, this is also my life decision as well. Like, I'm walking outside the door. Am I attracting somebody that might be trying to do harm to me if I wear this? It's a simple thing. A lot of people might not look at it, but if you have sense, just on an easy breakdown, you can look at it like some of these artists, they're out here, they have $50,000 Rolex. If that $50,000 Rolex is not worth you losing it or you losing your life, depending on where you're going, sometimes maybe you don't put that Rolex on because you might be attracting the wrong people towards your Rolex.
So some people say if you can't protect it, you shouldn't be wearing it.
Correct.
Can't walk, so that's
it's like a car. If you can't protect the car or maintain it, you shouldn't have that car.
To have a car not maintained, that makes sense. To have these things and not be able to protect it, I'm not saying what's happening is right. You should be able to walk around whatever you want.
Yeah.
You work hard, get what you want. I'm just talking about the way things do go.
But the world we live in, we have to also look at and say like, okay, this is not how the world is or how you perceive it, but reality is there's haters everywhere, every shape, size, or form. There's robbers, criminals, every size, shape, color, or form. It doesn't matter who it is. Where you are, as I said, that's just a place. The people around you, that's what makes the area. There's a lot of areas they say is bad. I never ever seen a street name kill somebody yet, unless it probably fell on them. It's the people that live probably within the area.
Yeah. People say
so
this is
always the setting. So
the people.
If you're not cautious around where your settings are, I can be in the nicest hotel in Switzerland or Holland or Dubai. But if I'm surrounded by 10 people, I'm just at random in like a cartel, like an El Chapo. All of a sudden, just because I'm in Dubai now, but I'm surrounded by cartel members from El Chapo's clan, that's not the same surrounding now. Now I done put myself into maybe a lot of more chances something might happen to me, the possibility of something going wrong. Those chances greatly increase. The chances of, if they're not with me, if I were to get robbed, shot, stolen, kidnapped, whatever, just in general, just as something that can happen, fall out the sky, the chances is a lot higher when they're there than not there. So it's just about looking into certain things and, as they like to say in life, picking which battles to choose. There's a lot of rappers, they don't pick the right battles, so they feel like, hey, I have to prove this is my image. But as you said,
at some point you gotta say like, we got XX Tension, rest in peace. He died by robbery. Pop Smoke died, attempted robbery, home invasion.
In LA,
Nipsey Hussle killed. So it's like, I'm sometimes not even sure. Sometimes they kill you over things you have, or is it who you are? Is it jealousy? Because you can't even sell.
Sometimes it's a combination of all three.
Yeah, you can't even sell the jewelry after you done did it. So I just don't understand.
There's a lot of artists that it's bad that there are artists out there, they make their $1 million and they look at it like, hey, I came up from the gutter or I came up from a shitty situation in life. I made millions, or even if it's not millions, $100,000. Why can't I splurge on myself? I like jewelry to make myself look good. Like, for example, in my case, I'm not a millionaire, but if I like jewelry, I would just so happen to buy a lot of jewelry if I had money, because it's something that if you like it already with no money, when you have a lot of money, you're gonna buy a surplus of it. That's like life.
That's true.
That's why.
That's life.
If you have like the lottery winners that win $1 million, people say, Well, how does this person lose $1 million? Well, if they splurge with $100, what do you think they're gonna do with $1 million with no financial literacy to save nothing or put nothing back?
That's
or
what it is.
have some for a rainy day. It's the same thing when it comes to jewelry for a person. Like,
Yeah, so definitely with PNB,
Yeah.
it's crazy. LA is going crazy right now.
it's one of those. It's shocking but not surprising.
Growing up as a kid, I always thought LA was the most gangster place.
Yeah.
More gangster than New York. Growing up, Chicago, what Chicago is now.
I feel like Chicago has always been like Chicago now. And even back in the days, Chicago has that family.
Yeah, of course, Gangland, Larry Hoover, but I'm talking about like Chicago wasn't. When movies like Boys in the Hood came out, you weren't thinking about Chicago.
No.
When South Central and these, you're thinking of like LA, Compton,
Yeah,
like,
but the messed up part is, even though that is 100% the case, because when people think of gangs, the first place they think is not Chicago. They think of LA, but on actuality, Chicago is really gangland because they're the first cities to have the gangs, and they have the oldest gangs as well. And they have the most numerous gangs and the most gangs in the city, even compared to Los Angeles. And they have certain gangs that, from LA itself, gangland, also what they call it, those gangs can't even last in Chicago where other gangland is.
I think Chicago is because it got publicized.
Yeah.
Movies and a lot of documentaries, and
Yeah.
when you think of like Bloods and Crips, you start thinking about Compton,
Yeah,
and Watts,
South Central,
yeah, like
LA.
Rolling 30s, and like where do you live? Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Like you're growing up as a little kid, you're like, yo, I don't want to ever go to Crenshaw.
Yeah. What?
Like they have some shit out there.
Where's he from? Atrian gangster? Is it
Right.
Buster Cody from
Oh, you from
Atrian?
Inglewood? You'll break yourself. I'm like, yo, they're on a different gangster out there.
Yes.
But yeah, it's rest in peace, and like LA's no joke. Everyone try to stay safe out there, and it's like, damn.
Out there, you have to stay dangerous because more or less, it's like you out there, you have so much sharks and random people that to you, you might just be out there trying to just look even normal. Sometimes you might not be stunting, flexing, trying to look too much, do too much. You just sometimes wake up, feel like wearing something nice or going outside. You have so much sharks and people that sitting down, they don't care how you feel, they just want what you have. You can't stop what they think because that's their mentality. There's people out there that they wake up and they're bad mind just because they see you have something. They can have more than you and they still want what you have just because they don't want you to have it.